One of the vehicles that were most popular in the recent weeks was the all-new Volkswagen T-Roc. And of course, we are always looking at your interest, and that's why we want to deliver you even more content about this car. Exterior and interior, because here on the IAA 2017 Fragment Motor Show, we have a lot of different colors and trims, exterior and interior, which will be crucial, for example, if you really want to buy this vehicle. And we will also talk about if this trend of even more individualization will rise even further, will stay the same, or will decline. Very interesting. Everything of that, full HD, full screen and full length. Let's go with Autogefühl. So if you want a lot of product details, check out our product details review, where we tell you all of the facts and stuff, and also engines and different specifications. Here more about design, exterior, interior today. This one here is the style trim level, and then based on that, the R line, the sporty one, also sporty dark. You see the badge right there, then sporty dark rims. Here in 19-inch, the top ones that are available. Klaus Bischoff, head of design, would be very lucky if we choose those ones. You maybe remember his interview with Brian, he always tells them, go for the biggest rims. Then, Kurkuma yellow outside, special exterior color. We have been introduced there to with the Golf facelift. And then the fitting interior scheme, also with yellow. Also different colors available, you will soon see the other colors. Also in the middle console right there. I mean, this is really screaming out, but it is actually fitting to the exterior that well that you can see it's really, a good concept. Also with the nice fabric seats here, they offer a lot of comfort, and also with yellow contrast fitting again to the whole design scheme. This is also something about the T-Roc, that exterior and interior fit together. Also continued all over on to the rear seats. And the more cars we review here, or show you, I also want you to put in the comments your favorite design color. And mine is directly coming right now, because if you turn around 180 degrees, we can see the Thomas Blue car. This is, the definition of what we call an Autogefühl Thomas Blue. Thomas Blue, if you're not subscribed to Autogefühl yet, is just a color, I love especially this color, and no matter how it's really called, if it's like ocean blue or deep blue, mystery blue, let's say it. If it comes close to that one, we call it Thomas Blue because I just like it. Here, also with the contrasting roof, there's also the black one available. We've seen just on the Kurkuma yellow car. Here, in this case, with white. That's when our German fans who are Schalke 04 fans, they will love this vehicle. Also my dad, Holger, he's Schalke fan. He will love this vehicle. So, and then on the inside, also again fitting. Wow. I mean, yeah, it is much. It's not really, just pure simplification. But it does actually work, I think. Also, the seats again, for example, if you seat in the middle part of the fabric seats, it is joyful, definitely. And, more joyful than we've seen with any other Volkswagen yet. And, of course, the brand has to refresh themselves. And maybe this is also a reason why so many people were watching the T-Roc videos, because this is something really, really fresh for Volkswagen. By the way, looking at the rims here, those ones you see are not as big as the 19-inch, the black ones, 18 says here. So this still works very well. Also with the chrome, the bright. I'm more a bright alloy guy. Are you more a dark alloy guy or more a bright alloy guy? Tell me in the comments. And the third vehicle here, in white with a black contrast roof. This is, of course, the maximum contrast you could possibly get. Alloy is 18-inch right here. And from the styling, those are now my favorite interior seats. Look at those. Fabric on the inside, leatherette on the outside, all sustainable, good in climate comfort. They stay cool in summer, they're warm in winter times, and I think I would maybe prefer this styling more. It's a little bit more, calm, a little bit calmer. Even if I love blue as a color, the whole interior in blue, maybe it's a little bit too much. But here, I think it's a great idea to mix those contrasts here. Also with rest contrast stitches, a little bit sporty style. Very interesting. We can also take a look at here at the rear seats, how it looks like. So the same part there, and this even more accentuates this single seating, in the rear. So in past vehicles, you had just, one straight bench, and here more a single seating style. And the question is, how will this trend develop? We got one expert there, and before we show you even more T-Roc color combinations, let's talk about the development on a meter scale. And now we want to take the discussion about different designs, different individualizations for the customers to a meter level. Let's talk about it with a supplier from Forcia. Frank Urban is a design manager. Over the past years, we have seen you can do so much more with the car. So far, it was like different exterior colors, but nowadays, in the past years, you can pick like 5, 6, 7. You've seen here also interior decors, colors on the seat. Do you think this trend will continue?
So first of all, you're right. I mean, we can see that over the past years, let's say the complexity in terms of individualization increased a lot, which is very challenging for us as a supplier and for our, let's say, customers itself. And we can clearly see that, let's say, this is a trend. But on the other hand, we can see, let's say, in terms of color material design, that the end consumer is also looking for, let's say, a simple choice. That doesn't mean that we will go back in terms of personalization and reduce, let's say, the choices we can make, but we simplify it. We need to simplify it, that we create, for example, lines and additions for the end consumer, that he can select complete, let's say, setups in terms of color material design.
For example, something like, an urban line, a style line, like a natural line. So you give them certain names then later, and then it fits like, it's not just one color, but a complete color setup then.
Exactly. You can choose, and you choose in principle your preferred mood, preferred global topic of the interior or the exterior, and usually we see that this is matching very well together, and then it's easy to make a choice. And on the other hand, let's say you lower the risk of making a wrong choice, and that everything is really, let's say, personalized and fitting together in terms of color and material.
So for example, that when someone makes a mistake, like for example putting a yellow car on the outside and red interior on the inside, and later on you cannot resell the car or something like.
For example, and we see also there are, let's say, cultural differences. I mean, we see that there are different choices in Europe, in Asia, and in North America.
Can you give an example? That's very interesting.
Yeah, we know, for example, or we see that, for example, in Asia, leather is still the premium material for seats. But we can also see that in Europe, for example, and also North America, that the trend in the next year will be that we have a look more to home furniture. So we see very premium fabrics we can use for interiors, and we see how we can integrate that. And let's say over time, it will be a kind of new trend for interior, that leather is, let's say, in Europe, not so much anymore this over-the-top choice only, but also, let's say, high quality fabrics, as we see, for example, in home furnitures for lounge chairs and so on, can be a very good alternative.
Very interesting. And also the other aspect I found very interesting, that obviously we have now reached a tipping point of personalization. So I want to hear your opinion, of course, on that. Do you want as much choice as possible, like 50, 100 different colors maybe, or maybe like custom colors? Or would you rather agree that we step back, a little bit, and then have some certain lines where you can like have 4 different choices which are then fitting together? Would like to hear your feedback. Put it in the comments. And now we continue with our design tour. And by the way, Jonas is allowed to cross, the floor now. You see here, this is for pedestrians, so he's allowed to go across. I'm in the wrong space. So let's continue here. White car, and then with the gray contrast roof, also pretty interesting. So we've seen it with the white so far. The last white car we've seen had those, very contrasting seats with leather red on the outside. Those ones are, more basic one, gray, white, black, a little bit more, drawn back. So if you want a rather conservative look, also, with standard gray decor, this would then be for you. If you say, the other ones are, too colorful for me, and I know, Brian said that to us in the world premiere review. Said, you know, I'm a little bit old, it's a little bit too much for me. Well, Brian, I like it colorful. So, and then the gray one, completely gray, and you see there's no contrasting roof there. Looks more elegant, the car, then, you know. Less joyful, of course, but maybe I'm not sure, actually sure. Would I go for a contrast roof? I'm not sure yet, but probably I would go like blue in blue without a contrast roof. And then, oh no, nothing for me, nothing for cows, because they're on the seat. So, this one here is in the optional animal skin equipment. We can see right there. From the styling, I think really great again to mix the gray and the white. So styling-wise, I think it's a nice choice. And you know, maybe in the future also available full leather red. Also, one more look at the rear, right there. That's how it looks like. Whoa! Now we start turning here. I didn't do it this time, you know, in the Opel Insignia GSI, I was magically spinning the circles around with the force, not this time. And here, in red, wow, this is a very strong red color. And we've also seen strong red colors now from, for example, from new Seat Ateca is also now available. And here again, the seats we saw in the white car. Of course, this one here does also fit to the red exterior because of the red contrast stitches. And now, look at that. The lipstick interior. What do you think? Love or hate? Tell me in the comments. Wow. We have 2 more left. 2 more. So this is really a great chance because even at the dealer you won't have the possibility to take a dealer look at so many cars at once then. And I mean, it's also what it's all about. You know, people want to have choices as well. Then in orange here, with a white contrasting roof, this color is really, you know, present in very different nuances. You look at it from different angles, and the color looks really way different. This is, I think, the interesting thing about it. There are also fitting color seats in here. They're actually being cleaned. You know, when people see Jonas is coming with the camera, everyone's like, oh, come on, let's clean something up. And here, also orange fitting seats. Of course, the fabric surface is more handy for you as a customer, also cheaper. I mean, it's like it's 2,000 euros extra or something like that. And of course, the T-Roc is a very attractive car because it is rather reasonable and affordable in the base price. So at least that's what we expect. Again, more deals in our product detail review from that. This one here really as an addition to show you some more different styles. And if you like this kind of videos too, then also give us the feedback. Here now, white, red contrast. This is a harsh contrast. And again, those, you know, favorite seats. Again, my pick for today, this bright blue exterior, and then those seats here, either those with the blue stitches on the inside we've seen with the blue car, or then those seats, because, I mean, they're really amazing. So, what's your favorite? If you can't remember, just watch the video all the way, you know, scroll it back, watch it all the way around. I mean, there are some more combinations possible, at least, but we've shown you a lot of those now. And if you're really interested in a T-Roc and thinking about the color and this helped you, then also give us the feedback. It's always good to know, you know, that we could really help you with that. So we will link the other T-Roc videos below. Check them out if you haven't done so far. And of course, join us for more interesting episodes here from the Motor Show and our next full reviews, because this one here will of course also be driven by your Autogefühl team.